Hey, how you doing? Brian Cain, your Peak Performance Coach here, and in this video, I want to talk about what a championship dugout looks like. You see, I get asked all the time about, Brian, tell me about the best dugouts you've been in. What's the culture like? What's the energy like? What's the environment like? Well, let me give you some specifics. Well, for one, they're really organized to the point where everyone's bags are in a line in the same place. If you've got hooks in the back of your dugout, everyone's bag is hooked up either underneath, like at UAB softball, they have their nameplates. So their bag is right underneath their nameplate, everything's inside the bag, it's zipped. So if they need to go find something, or if one of the players is on the bases, they go right to their bag, they know exactly where it is. Other programs, if they have numbers on the end of their bag, they'll line them up numerically underneath the bench in the back. Where in an average dugout, there's bags and stuff all over the place. Some dugouts have the benches in the front where you'd walk behind the bench and the bags are underneath the bench with the numbers facing out. Now, during a game, what's an elite dugout or a championship dugout look like? The only things that are exposed in the dugout would be bats, helmets, gloves, and the things that you need. So if you don't need turf shoes during the game, they're in your bag. Only things that are exposed are the things that are used in that bag. Or the only things that are exposed are the things that are used in the game. Other thing they have is there might be tape, like Arizona State used to put tape down on their bench, and they would put down the numbers. So there'd be number 1 to number 9, which is the numbers of the positions defensively. And while they were on offense, that's where all the guys' gloves and hats would be, so that if the right fielder, position number 9 in baseball, gets stranded on second base, we know exactly where his hat, his sunglasses, and his glove is going to be. In the dugout, you're also going to have signs of success. Signs of success, like at TCU, they'd have a picture of a sign that might say, trust your routine, or focus on the next 200 feet. You're going to see these signs of success that are up in the dugout. If it's home, they might be permanent. But even at TCU, in their home dugout, they're just simply pieces of paper. They're laminated. They get taped up in different places every game by their head coach, Jim Schlossnagle. Other things that you're going to see is you're going to see a line. First noticed this when I went to Cal State Fullerton. On the home plate side of the dugout, there was a line on the ground that was a distinct marker that says when you're on this side of the line, you're in the mental at-bat zone, or the at-bat preparation zone, where 4 people away we're doing mental imagery, 3 people away we're in the hole, 2 people away we're on deck, etc. But the 4th person away is in the imagery hole. Some programs, they sit on a bucket, but there's either a designated chair or an area that they sit where they're crossing a line. Everyone else on the other side of that line is in what we call the dugout participation zone. They're going to be in there going through a script that we'll share with you here of certain call-outs or callbacks that they might use to help them stay engaged in the game. So if there's a ball hit to the right side, they'd say, get over. If someone squares the bunt, they're going to yell, bunt. If there's a pickoff at first base and we're on offense, they're going to yell, back. If there's a close play at first base, we're on offense, they're going to yell, safe. Close play on defense, they're going to yell, got him or got her. And they have that script there so that they are able to stay engaged in the game. That's a couple of the things that a championship dugout looks like. I think the other thing you see in championship dugouts is that when we go, we all go. What's that mean? It means when we go on defense, everyone who's in the dugout runs down to the corner. They might do an outfield skit, kind of like you'd see Vanderbilt baseball. If you type in outfield stretches, you'll see their pitchers and position players on the bench doing some kind of fun, entertaining things with the crowd, but also getting themselves physically loose. It's a great way to break up the monotony of the game. They'd come back into the dugout. So I think when we go to defense, we all pile out of the dugout, change the attitude, change the energy, change the scene, come back in or locked in. Other things you'll see is you'll see a lot of charts. You'll see people who are engaged. You'll see a freebie chart. You'll see a quality at-bat chart. You'll see a quality pitch percent chart. You'll see charts in terms of how long the pitcher holds for. You might see charts of the other team's coach flashing up, signs for pitch calls. But they're keeping track of all those things, trying to crack the code to fight for any competitive advantage they possibly can get. You're going to see physical contacts. You're going to see a high five zone. You're going to see, like in the Ole Miss dugout, a whiteboard that's got quality at-bat tracks on it, and it starts with a 0. And anytime one of their players has a quality at-bat, they wipe off the 0, they put down the number 1, and they continue to measure quality at-bats, which is simply pillar number 4, measurement is motivation, know your numbers, and pillar number 7, process over outcome. So all of those are examples of things that go into a championship dugout. You're also going to see food. I think a lot of times, nowadays in athletics that it's prominent to see a little bit of a spread in terms of fruit or nuts or things, especially in baseball or softball where you're there for so long, having some sort of food laid out. You're going to see on the Gatorade and water cooler distinct differences, so you know which one is which. Usually on the Gatorade cooler, they'll put some athletic tape and they might write down power juice or crunk juice or, going yard aid or something like that on there in a fun way to kind of keep that going. You might also see, like with LSU softball, you probably see some different costumes that they might put on during a rally. They might have different props or things that they use to keep it light and keep it fun. But those are all different things that you're going to see in championship dugouts. Most importantly, you're going to see people having energy. You're going to see people having fun, unlike a lot of the dugouts where it looks like you're going to a funeral. So if you want to have a championship level of success, make sure you set up with a championship dugout. I hope we share with you just a couple strategies that you can use here to create that championship culture and that championship energy inside of your dugout. Oh, I forgot, there's one more. You're also going to see a categories for success board. So there's some ways to set up a championship dugout. You might want to watch this video again. I got super excited, talked really fast. Why? Because we're trying to dominate today.